One quote to overcome the victim mentality. I'm going to be pulling from the Bible. By no means do you have to be a Christian or religious in any way to understand this, but the Bible just so happens to be one of the most wonderful books on teaching people these core concepts when it comes to praying or manifesting your ideal life, consciously creating that which you desire. First, if you're new here, my name is Brendan, and we teach that what you are thinking, feelingly, and imagining throughout your day is creating your physical experience. When I'm pulling from this Bible, you must understand first that you are not separate from God. And this isn't some sort of exaggeration. This isn't God is within you and some sort of separation. You are literally one with God. There is literally only God having each seeming individual experience as me, as you, as your mom, your dad, anyone. Absolutely, there is no separation with God. That is oneness. That is really the message of pretty much every religion if you're willing to look past all of the dogma and the things that people try and make you believe about it. Instead of looking at the Bible as a historical thing, a story with real people that actually happened, we're going to be looking at it as a psychological drama, which is your personal story. First, you must understand that God said that His name forever and forever is I am. Now, if I were to ask you who you are, you would say, I am fill in the blank. So, even before you state your name, you are stating that you are one with God. There is no other God. When you say I am, that is the God of creation. You can say the universe, you can say the subconscious mind, you can say source, whatever you like. Some people have limiting beliefs or negative beliefs when it comes to God because they have negative experiences from parents, friends, family, the world, the media, whatever about religions. This, again, is not about religion. I'm not saying you need to be a Christian, you need to be that. I don't identify with any religion. This is oneness with God. There's no separation between you and God. So that's very, very important because God says, I wound and I heal. I kill and I make alive. I alone do all these things, and none can deliver out of my hand. The reason this is important is because that is you taking full responsibility as God of your physical experience, as the creator of all things that we may call as positive or negative or good and bad, right? I kill and I make alive. There is no other in this world. Each individual is God playing a role, living out a state of consciousness. And a state of consciousness is an attitude of mind made up of a body of beliefs. So many people being unaware that they are literally one with God, capable of anything that you could possibly imagine, they are living this life asleep. They do not know their power, and therefore they think that they're forced to rob and kill and steal and do all these things that we would call negative. But really they are just falling through states of consciousness. And when they become aware that they are creating their life, accepting the responsibility of being the one and only creator of your experience, then you will awaken and you will consciously navigate states as opposed to falling through them. Now that we've established all of that, what does that have to do with victim mentality? Well, victim mentality comes from not accepting responsibility. If you are a victim, then you really believe that someone outside of you is doing things to you. It could be the economy, it could be social media, it could be bullies or friends or family, anyone. Someone is changing your life and you think that you have no control. But, as I said before, you are the only creator of your experience. So you must look within. This entire world is coming from within out. If you look at a flower, you will even see that it blooms from within out. The nature of reality is from within in imagination, in consciousness, in whatever you would like to call it, oneness, the mind, from within out. And so you allow yourself to look within. Are you allowing yourself to be a victim within? If so, then your world must perpetuate the appearance of being a victim. People will come out playing their role, asleep as they are, treating you as a victim because you are setting that up within yourself. Know that no one has power over you. Don't think that, oh, they have the power to manifest, so they can manifest negative things for me. No, there is no separation between you and God. No weapon formed against you shall prosper unless you allow it to, unless you have that fear, unless you have that limiting belief, unless you believe that other people have power over you. In truth, there is no other. Everyone is you pushed out. That's one of the most popular things Neville Goddard ever said. And it couldn't be more true. because I have manifested wonderful things, changes in behavior in my parents, my friends, my family. In fact, my sister and I have consciously created a most wonderful career path seemingly from nothing, and it's taken very little effort, but it is that understanding that there's no separation between us. If I really thought she was her own person and I'm not free to help her or do anything for her in any way, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But because I understand that there is only oneness, there is only one mind, one consciousness, seemingly experiencing as individuality in each of us, then I knew that in my imagination, which is the realm of cause, the true reality, capital R, I could craft a scene in myself and play it out, living it, experiencing it, implying that my sister had her ideal job. And now we've done this, and not only has her job been so wonderful, in over a year she's gotten over a $25,000 raise, and she's on a wonderful trajectory upwards. Her entire life is shifting for the better because we are continuing to imagine wonderfully all the good things for her. She hears me talk about this all the time because we live together, we have our own house. It's just wonderful to know that there is no separation. Now, if I wanted to be a victim, I could say, oh, how come all these wonderful things are happening for her? How come all these wonderful things happen for everyone else? How come everyone else can manifest better than me? This, that, and the other. But to say that is to exist in a negative state. Now, there's nothing wrong with the state, but if it's bearing fruit of something that you don't like, then move out of it. That's also by Neville Goddard, and he's so brilliant saying that because everything is neutral. We call things positive or negative, but really we're talking about the fruit of what the states create. Maybe the state of poverty is a state of consciousness. It exists for anyone to enter into, but you're not a victim. That doesn't mean you're a victim of the economy, but abiding in the state of poverty will make you feel like you're a victim of the economy. And if you choose to believe it, you will see the news and you will see this and that and the other thing, inflation, all this stuff that other people who are in poverty are also focused on. But you are free to move out of that state of consciousness, no longer feeling like a victim to the world around you, but accepting the responsibility of crafting your ideal self within and living, thinking, feelingly, imagining that you already are that one who is abundant. The one who is unbothered by how the economy moves because you have the most wonderful business that is always going up. And this is true because there are people who could be in the worst time in economic history and they're making more money than they've ever made. It really is not about what's going on outside of you. Everything comes from within. What do you believe is possible? Who do you believe that you are? And if you don't believe that you are one with God, if you don't believe that you are one with Source, the infinite intelligence of the subconscious mind, then you're going to have a hard time navigating life because you feel like you're just this itty bitty little human with no power. But you are pure power, okay? You are one. Literally anything that talks about Christ or Christ consciousness is talking about your true self, which is free to imagine and become whatever it is that you desire. But you have to be willing to own it and abide within it, within your consciousness. You take that responsibility, which is your ability to respond to life, and you respond positively. You become indifferent to that which is not reflecting what you desire, so that you can stay within in your ideal state of consciousness until, through the matter of time, you cross a bridge of incidents, which is a series of events leading to the fulfillment of your desire. And then you have it. And that is something that has happened for me over and over and over since I started to actually apply what I heard Neville Goddard teach. Now, there are many different ways to go about it. I'm not going to say that one way is better than the other, visualizing, affirming, scripting. Really, everyone is unique in that way. You have to find out what works best for you. Personally, I've found that through the evolution of my consciousness, everyone is moving up and up and up. Maybe visualization was extremely important to me at first. Then there was a time where affirmation felt better. Then there was a time where scripting felt really good. Now there was a time where taking it easy and not doing any of that, but simply just feeling good is what I'm focused on. And it continues to change. Don't become too attached to something just because it works a few times, but have faith that your ideal self exists here and now, and you don't have to work hard for it. You don't have to do a bunch of things. You don't have to go out and lift a finger. All you have to do is accept that you already have whatever it is you desire right here and right now. And for that reason, you are free to release any fear, doubt, impatience, and worry when it comes to your desire. Or when it comes to anything in life, you can release all fear, worry, doubt, and impatience because honestly, they are not helping us. A lot of times our programming tells us that worrying and fearing and thinking and thinking and thinking a million times about our problems is going to give us some solution. But really, even if you want to look at it scientifically or logically, the stress that you're putting on yourself by so much focus on your problem is not giving your mind the space it needs to come up with a wonderful idea. You can't force the solution. You can't force the perfect idea to get you out of your situation. Even the people who are the most successful in the world talk about inspiration and how that when they were just doing something, maybe enjoying themselves, maybe not focused on their problem at all, the solution came. And it's like a gift. It's given through grace. You don't have to work for it. You don't earn it. It is grace. It is given to you. God gave each one of us the greatest gift of all, which is Himself. It is the kingdom. It is everything you could possibly desire. But you have to know how to navigate it. And that is by taking responsibility, knowing that you are not a victim. And that while you may get a little bit of pleasure in the moment saying, I'm so limited, I have no control, all this is happening to me, then you're going to suffer in the long run because it's not actually giving you anything that you desire. It's not giving you that power that you crave. It's not giving you that capability that you actually have within you. This went on longer than I expected, but I hope you understand that you are one with God. You are not a victim. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.